Hello and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. This is Ascendance, and in this video we're going to be looking at a synergy between a new Destiny 2 subclass tree that allows you to throw infinite hammers that chain lightning to all surrounding enemies. Sounds pretty badass, right? Well, this is more of a fun build option than anything super effective for endgame content, but I shall still go a little deeper and test just how powerful this synergy is. Before I get started, I just want to give a massive shout out to our first patron, Arne Anka. Thank you so much for your support. We now have a 4FS Patreon page for all of those that want to support us so we can make more and better videos. And our patrons will also get early previews of videos and other peeks behind the scenes of how things come together. So arc lightning hammers, how exactly do you get them? Well, first you need to select the new Sunbreaker subclass tree, which is the code of the Devastator. Then you want to equip the Dune Marcher's exotic Titan leg piece. Now all you have to do is sprint for a little bit until you see the linear actuators buff pop up on your screen. Then you throw your melee ability at an enemy and watch all surrounding enemies get obliterated by chain lightning, and then pick up the fallen hammer and repeat the process. One of the things I like about these new subclass trees is finding cool synergies, and this is one that tops the list for me. But is it actually a good idea to use these lightning hammers, or is it just a useless gimmick? Well, the Dune Marchers do provide really strong crowd control, especially given how quickly the linear actuators pop up, and that it doesn't require the use of any grenade ability to kill a group of adds. This combo essentially turns your melee into a slightly more powerful arcball grenade that you can actually pick up over and over again for continuous use. Then you have to consider that picking up the hammer starts your health regeneration, and killing enemies with the solar hammer itself buffs the damage of all your solar abilities, so subsequent hammer throws will be stronger, but the arc chain damage will remain the same. This means that you can throw a hammer into a group of enemies, sprint in to pick it up, and do a regular melee attack on any survivors for a second arc shock. This is enough to clear large crowds very, very quickly, and can even take down groups of tougher mobs with the double whammy. You also get health back in the middle of this process, making it pretty safe to do so. This synergy is also very forgiving. If you do have linear actuators up and you miss a hammer throw, the buff will remain, so you can just punch an enemy to trigger the arc damage instead. If you are too close to your enemies, and you lunge to punch them instead of throwing the hammer, the arc chain will still trigger anyway, and your hammer throw will remain unused. Also, remember that Dune Marchers increases sprint speed, so it makes it that little bit faster to find and pick up that fallen hammer before it despawns. This synergy allows you to kill trash mobs very effectively without having to get too close, and without having to use any weapons or supers, so you can set your loadout to kill bosses or specific enemies within encounters. Now if you also have perks that convert melee damage into super or grenade ability energy, then you can maintain even more ability based crowd control without even firing a shot. There is however one glaring issue with this build, and it's simply that it doesn't have melting point. In most encounters where you are trying to be efficient, melting point is just too good, especially in the raid. However, if you just want to throw infinite lightning infused hammers at swarms of enemies and get health back for it, then this is the synergy for you. It's probably more fun than useful, but it's good to know nevertheless. Now for those of you who are wondering about why I've been so quiet on this channel over the last few weeks, I've been overseas on a holiday and unable to make videos during this time, but we have loads more on the way for the next few weeks. If you want to get involved in our community, you will find a link to the 4FS Discord in the description below, where you can chat, hang out, or join me for a raid. If you like what you see here at 4FS Gaming, please drop a like on the video and consider subscribing for future content. Thank you so much for watching, and a final thank you to our Patreon supporters as well.